Hello everyone and welcome to Shay Games Library channel. Welcome to episode 2 of the No DLC City. In previous episode I was talking about starting road layout and what can be done to reduce traffic. I have set up this one-way road entrance and exit points for residential area, so citizens who want to use cars to travel to work or to shop need to take longer route. And citizens are of course choosing shorter route and they walk to those areas, greatly reducing traffic. Once we introduce pathways, walkability will be even better. Second great feature of this road layout is that almost all intersections are three-way intersections. Only 3 intersections in complete layout are 4-way intersections, and this will of course further reduce traffic congestions. With that being said, let's move to episode 2 and start building. So, for the episode 2, big question is what to do next. Expand our residential area, perhaps do some pathways, maybe do some detailing, or to add more industry. Well, since this is vanilla and no DLC build, we have some pressing concerns. We have cemetery that is filling up and landfill site that is also filling up. So it's urgent to unlock crematoriums and incineration plants. And to do this we need more citizens. And to get our city growing, we need to build up our industry and commercial zones. If we take a look at natural resources tab, we can see that this is perfect spot for farming industry. And in this area here we can make forestry industry. So let's listen to the needs of the city and build those industries. Alright, let's make this farming industry, and this is just perfect spot for this kind of industry. It has a lot of fertile lands. I'm making road connection, it will lead to many different parts of the city, and this road here will be our direct connection to highway for our farming and forestry industry. Also on top side of the map I'm building a road layout for future forestry industry. The central part of this part of the map is reserved for train connection, cargo train connection, so this area here will have direct access to highway and train connections. I'm zoning this as farming industry and this area as forestry industry, also zoning these areas here for standard industrial and residential zones, and I will enable recycling and parks and recreation in attempt to fight with garbage accumulation problems. And after adding few basic needs like water and electricity, we can slowly start zoning this part of map with farming industry. And as you can see, those lots are small. This is just the way it is in no DLC city. I'm trying to zone as much as possible of the fields and animal pastures, maybe few orchards, and the rest of the buildings will be barns and storage facilities. I'm still looking at the residential zone demand and it's still pretty flat, so we need to zone more. So the idea here is to centralize this farming industry and to make it look like, or to represent it like it's one big farming complex or property. Demand for residential area has increased, so I'm zoning a little bit of residential area here and more farming industry in this area on the left. I'm using here pathways to make it look like those are some fields, and pathways here and trees to make it look like those are some orchards and some different crop fields. I will also use trees to make natural boundaries between different fields in our farming industry. Okay, demand for industry is still high, and we can make a small patch of forestry industry here in this area. Also, just like with farming industry, I'm trying to make it look like it's one big property of one single owner. And finally, demand for residential area has increased, and we can start making new neighborhoods. Here you can see that just like in previous episode, I'm still doing 2x4 lots and few 3x3 lots, and just trying to make this game to be in scale, and trying to make it look like that every lot in city is valuable, and there is high demand for residential zones in our city. I have also added a city park here in this area to increase desirability of this part of the city, and with these pathways I'm trying to make this park a lot bigger than actually it is, and I'm trying to make it more interesting and pleasing for our citizens. Residential demand is still high, so we can continue zoning. And while this zone develops, we can check how our farming industry is doing. we reached busy town milestone, but it's still long way to go to big town milestone. We need big town milestone to unlock those incineration plants for our garbage industry. And to celebrate busy town milestone, I decided to decorate this city park with trees and different trees. And this often happens while I do decorations and detailing. Something is happening in city, I don't even realize that. So in this case, I just realized that our garbage landfill sites has been filled up, and we have garbage problem in city. So I added 2 more landfill sites in attempt to fight and solve this problem. We need to rush building our residential zones unless we don't want to build many more landfill sites. And this is nice little roundabout. It will lead to different parts of the city. And I'm continue zoning here. I'm following the same logic from previous episode. I'm doing only 3-way intersections, and there is only 1 4-way intersection in this part of the city. Also adding more services like this fire station that will increase value of this land and desirability. So we now have first major death wave, and I think this happened because landfill site was too close to our water supply. Water supply got polluted and our citizens got sick and some of them died. So again, demand for residential area has gone down, and we need to build more of industry, and in this case I'm building more of forestry industry and adding small patches of commercial areas on this side of the map. This will of course raise demand for residential areas, and we can proceed making more of residential areas. So this is perfect spot, and if you want, feel free to pause the video and let me know what is a better option, to build university on left empty field or to build university on right empty field. And we can see things are happening in this city. Still adding more of commercial areas, it will increase demand for residential zones also. I'm zoning here like crazy because we are very close to unlock that milestone, that big city milestone that will give us so many things in future to do. And here it is, big town milestone. We unlocked new tile. We also unlocked education boost policy. Industry 4.0 policy is also interesting. We have unlocked high-rise residential, commercial and office zones. And of course, finally we got incineration plant. It will help us clean landfill sites, and we unlocked university and metro stations. Metro can also be very helpful if we find ourselves in problem with traffic congestions. So as you can see, this city has grown so much from previous episode. In fact, it's doubled its size in residential, commercial and industrial areas. And we can also quickly check our traffic flow. We can see it's 94%, it's looking good, coming to 93, then going to 94. This is looking just fine, and in future we can expand this main avenue and increase volume of cars that can go through here. So I would like to say thank you very much for watching this episode. If you liked this episode, please leave a like, leave a comment, maybe subscribe, and I'm looking forward for next episode. Thank you very much for watching, and bye bye.